There's one word that can double your chances of getting a yes from anyone. And it's not please. I used it 3 times this week, and every single time people said yes without hesitation. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what that word is and the 6 other tricks that make people say yes even when they want to say no. Every day you're asking for something. A favor from a friend, a raise from your boss, a date from someone you like. And most of the time, you're doing it completely wrong. See, most people think persuasion is about being pushy or manipulative, but the truth is, it's about understanding how the human brain makes decisions. And once you know these 7 tricks, you'll never hear no the same way again. Let's start with the basics. Trick number 1, always give a reason, even if it's obvious. Harvard psychologist Ellen Langer ran a famous experiment. She had people try to cut in line at a copy machine using 3 different approaches. First approach, excuse me, I have 5 pages. May I use the machine? Success rate, 60%. Second approach, excuse me, I have 5 pages. May I use the machine because I'm in a rush? Success rate, 94%. Here's where it gets interesting. Third approach, excuse me, I have 5 pages. May I use the machine because I need to make copies? Success rate, 93%. Wait, what? Because I need to make copies is completely meaningless. Everyone at a copy machine needs to make copies. But it still worked. Here's why. The human brain is wired to accept reasons. The word because triggers an automatic compliance response. It doesn't even matter if the reason makes sense. Your brain just hears because and thinks, oh, there's a reason that's valid. So next time you ask for something, always add because. Even if your reason is simple. Can you send me that file because I need it for the meeting? Can we reschedule because something came up? It sounds basic, but it works. Trick number 2, start small, then go bigger. This one's used by salespeople everywhere, and you've definitely fallen for it. Here's how it works. You ask someone for a tiny favor first. Something so small they can't say no. Then, once they've said yes, you ask for what you really want. A study in California tested this. Researchers went door to door asking homeowners to put a huge, ugly sign in their front yard that said, "Drive carefully." Most people said no, obviously. But then they tried something different. 2 weeks earlier, they asked a different group of homeowners to put a tiny 3-inch sticker in their window with the same message. Almost everyone said yes because it was so small. Then, 2 weeks later, they came back and asked those same people to put up the giant, ugly sign. 76% said yes. Why? Because they'd already committed to the cause with the sticker. Saying yes to the big request felt consistent with their previous decision. So if you want someone to say yes to something big, get them to say yes to something small first. Want your friend to help you move? Ask them to help you carry 1 box first. Want your boss to approve a big project? Start by getting approval for a small pilot version. Small yeses lead to big yeses. Trick number 3. After you ask, shut up. This is one of the most powerful tricks in negotiation, and almost nobody uses it. Here's what most people do. They ask for something, and then immediately start filling the silence with more talking. Can you give me a discount? I mean, if not, that's okay. I just thought maybe since I'm a regular customer. But no pressure. I totally understand if you can't. Stop. You just talked yourself out of a yes. Here's what you should do instead. Ask your question. Then stay silent. Let the other person sit with the discomfort. Silence creates pressure. The human brain hates awkward pauses. Whoever speaks first usually loses. Sales legend Jordan Belfort calls this, the first person to speak after the ask loses. And he's right. So next time you ask for something, bite your tongue. Count to 10 in your head if you have to. Let them break the silence. You'll be shocked how often they say yes just to end the awkwardness. Trick number 4. Give them 2 options, both of which you're fine with. This is how parents get toddlers to cooperate, and it works on adults too. Instead of asking, "Do you want to meet this week?" which gives them an easy out, ask, "Do you want to meet Tuesday or Thursday?" See what happened there? You didn't give them the option to say no. You just gave them 2 yeses. This works because people like feeling in control. When you give them a choice, they feel like they're making the decision. But really, you've already decided the outcome. Restaurants do this all the time. Would you like to start with the calamari or the bruschetta? Not, do you want an appetizer? Because the second question lets you say no. Use this at work. Should we launch this in Q1 or Q2? Not, should we launch this? Use this in relationships. Do you want Italian or Mexican for dinner? Not, what do you want for dinner? Which leads to the dreaded, I don't know, what do you want? 2 choices, both yeses, works every time. Trick number 5, give first, then ask. This is one of the most researched principles in psychology. Robert Cialdini calls it the reciprocity rule, and it's ridiculously powerful. Here's the idea. When someone does something for you, you feel obligated to return the favor. It's hardwired into human nature. A study at a restaurant tested this. When waiters brought the check with no mints, they got a baseline tip. When they brought 1 mint per person, tips went up 3%. When they brought 2 mints per person, tips went up 14%. But here's the kicker. When waiters brought 1 mint, started to walk away, then turned back and said, "You know what, you guys are great, here's an extra mint," tips went up 23%. Why? Because it felt personal. It felt like a gift. So if you want someone to say yes, give them something first. And it doesn't have to be big. Compliment them before you ask for a favor. Share useful information before you pitch your idea. Help them with something small before you ask for something big. The key is, it has to feel genuine. If it feels transactional, it backfires. But when done right, reciprocity is one of the most powerful tools you have. Trick number 6, create urgency with a deadline. Scarcity and urgency make people act. Without them, people procrastinate forever. This is why every sale has a countdown timer. This is why limited edition products sell out instantly. This is why only 3 rooms left on booking sites makes you panic book a hotel. But you can use this in everyday life too. Instead of saying, "Let me know if you're interested," say, "I need to know by Friday because I have other people asking." Instead of saying, "Think about it," say, "I can hold this for you until tomorrow, but after that I'll have to offer it to someone else." Deadlines force decisions, and decisions usually lean toward yes when there's pressure. Just make sure your deadline is real. If people catch you bluffing, you lose all credibility. Now those 6 tricks are powerful, but there's one more, and this is the one that can literally double your success rate. It's the word I mentioned at the beginning, the one I used 3 times this week with a 100% success rate. Ready? Trick number 7. End your request with, "Would you be willing to?" Not "can you," not "will you," but "would you be willing to?" Here's why this works. The phrase "would you be willing" does 3 things at once. First, it's softer. It doesn't sound demanding. It sounds like you're asking for their openness, not their commitment. Second, it appeals to their self-image. Nobody wants to see themselves as unwilling. Saying no to "would you be willing" makes you feel like a bad person. So people say yes to protect their self-image. Third, it implies that you're asking for something reasonable. If you're asking if they're willing, it suggests that what you're asking isn't a big deal. A study on negotiation found that requests phrased as "would you be willing to" had a 50% higher success rate than requests phrased as "can you" or "will you." 50%, just from changing a few words. So next time you need something, try this. Would you be willing to take a look at this? Would you be willing to help me out with this? Would you be willing to give me feedback? It's subtle, it's polite, and it works. So there you have it. 7 mind tricks that actually get people to say yes. Use the word "because." Start small. Stay silent. Give 2 options. Give first. Create urgency. And ask if they're willing. These aren't manipulation tactics. They're just understanding how people think. And once you know how people think, you can communicate in a way that actually works. Now go out there and start getting more yeses. And if you found this useful, would you be willing to hit that subscribe button? See what I did there? I'll see you in the next one.